Hi, welcome to the RhinoDox project detail update. In this video, we're going to go over the updates we've made to the detail screen, to proposal generation improvement, and how we track budgets versus proposals now. The pipeline screen is the same. You can see I'm creating a project for the Michael Jordan Library. The changes that we have made here are different. The screen looks different. It's new. If you look closely, a number of the data fields are the exact same. They're just in different places. The things you see me filling out here on the left, like the estimator and the bid due date, these will now travel along with the project, whether you're looking at notes, documents, emails, etc. As you familiarize yourself with the new layout, the fields are familiar, but you're going to have to remember where they are in the new layout should you need to access them again. One of the improvements we've made is we now have the ability to track budgets versus proposals at the proposal level. Again, a lot of this is familiar, the difference being that information on the left-hand side is going to travel with all of the tabs for easier viewing. So as I'm selecting my general contractors here and I'm selecting my architect, simply click Save. Project was updated successfully. You'll now see the Bids tab, which is the biggest change to the platform. The first time we generate a proposal, you'll see the one difference in the screen is that I'm here selecting the proposal type. Is this a proposal or is this a budget? This feature right here is how we are going to do a better job at tracking jobs that start as budgets and become actual proposals. And so as we're building a proposal in just the exact same way we've done it before, that key difference being each time you generate a proposal, you're going to indicate whether it is a budget or an actual proposal. The other thing you're going to see in a minute in the UI is we are creating scopes and prices for those scopes. And again, I'm not bothering putting in the details. On the details page, which we'll see in a minute, I will show you a summary of the scope title and the scope price. Here, I'm just rearranging some scope order in case you didn't know how to do that. Putting my margin in, as we say, always click Save when in doubt. I'm not going to bother putting in alternates or any of this stuff, but I am going to click Save and Complete here, and we're going to generate our first proposal. So this is a overhaul to this tab here. For our Michael Jordan library, you can see I'm looking at the current proposal revision. I'm showing you drawing issuance, the drawing date. The proposal type there is budget. The status of this proposal is complete. And then there I've summarized the scope titles and added it all up. We'll just take a look at this proposal. This is no different than what it was before. I'm going to go back into the Bids tab. And now when I click View in Proposal Builder, we're seeing what I did before. I'm going to click Revise, open this up for a revision. I'm just going to make a quick change to my scope price. I'm going to click Save. I'm going to generate the proposal again. And you can see now we have an updated total estimate amount. I'll look at this proposal, see we're on version 2, just like before. Nothing has changed here. You're going to notice a series of buttons in the upper right. In this case, after we've created a proposal, we're going to click the button marked as submitted. As you're moving to submit, you can put a note in here, and you'll notice as I'm typing this, we are now showing the most recent note in the lower left-hand side of the UI. Also, I'll draw your attention back to the current proposal revision. You can see that this proposal type is budget. This again is the improvement to tracking proposals versus budgets. So now we're going to go through the process of rebidding. Like move to submitted, there's a rebid button now. Again, if you put a note in here, I will show you the most recent note in the lower left-hand side. So we'll simply click rebid. Now in this scenario, this project started as a budget. We bid it as a budget. This proposal type was a budget. Now it's a real proposal that is being put out for bid. Notice I've changed the proposal type to proposal. So in this rebid, I'm just going to go through very quickly and update some pricing. This again is the exact same in how it works in RhinoDox now. I'm going to click Save. Maybe in this actual proposal from budget, we're no longer bidding EV chargers. So I'm going to delete that scope. The proposal's updated. And now in the overview of this current proposal, it's issued for bid with the date. You see the proposal type has changed from budget to proposal, and that EV scope is no longer in the summary because we didn't bid it. And again, I just want to quickly draw your attention to the latest note. When I rebid this, I put the note in that this is the best and final. Who put that note in there and the date. Now I want to show you another improvement to this bids tab. You can see I'm in the older revisions section. And in this particular proposal, you can see that type was budget. I can click into it and see the details of this previous budget proposal. Site work generator, remember we bid EV chargers in the very, very beginning. So I'm going to walk you through one more rebid because I really want to hammer home this functionality of being able to show previous bids. We're going to rebid it one more time, and of course best and final. This is really the best and final now. We're going to add this note. It will show up in the upper left. We're going to rebid it, and for whatever reason in this proposal they said add back the EV chargers, so I'm going to go ahead and add that primary scope back in with EV charger. When I do that, the title and the price will now be in the summary like it was the first time. We'll save this scope, save and complete. And here, because we're picking up EV chargers, you're going to see my profit margin go from 25% to 30%. And so as you're scrolling down here, there's our current proposal. And you see down at the bottom in the revisions, there's my budget that it started at. Then there's the proposal. You can see the price. You know, we started the budget at 135. Now it's at 200. Now it's at $300,000. And you can also see that estimated margin creep up there. We're going to go ahead and click Mark as Submitted, like I showed you before. Again, any notes that we put in here. In this case, I'm not actually putting a note. But now let's go ahead and award this project. Again, award, the only difference is that there's a button that says award. It's the same process. You click award, put the contract amount, click the anticipated margin if it's new. Again, if I put a note in here, I'm always showing the most recent note in the lower left. So as a quick summary, we've moved some of the fields around on this details page in the lower left. We went through, and the major differences that at each proposal, we can specify the type. Is it an actual proposal? Is it a budget? And we're showing you older revisions in the history of proposals and budgets. And that is the improvement to that. In the previous UI, we made it too easy for you to manually change the status of a project. The rule of thumb is that you should never manually change a status. There's really only one reason to manually change the status on a project, and that's if it's been won, lost, or abandoned. You can manually change the status to put it back in the pipeline for an estimator to work on. For more information on using RhinoDox, visit our knowledge base at www.rhinodox.com. You can search for articles, tips, and tricks. You can use the chat function showcased in the lower right. You can also set up a user account in our customer portal to track all of your support tickets. And as always, you can email support@rhinodox.com.